What's going on, everybody out in internet land? Before we get started, I want to talk to you about Anchor, which is one of the easiest ways for you to make a podcast. Why? Because they give you everything you need in one place for free, which you could use from your phone or your computer. So if you're at home, on the go, it don't matter. You still have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast so it sounds tight right at your fingertips. And they got distribution covered so it can be heard everywhere. Places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and other platforms. Laughing at Birds is on 11 platforms right now as we speak. If that's not enough for you, bro, you can easily make money with your podcast with no minimum listenership. So if you're thinking about starting a podcast, dude, Anchor's the way to do it. Listen, I was on another platform before I discovered Anchor. It was behind a paywall. I didn't get proper analytics. I couldn't upload directly from the source. Anchor is way better than a lot of these other places. You don't got to worry about paying for bandwidth or none of that, dude. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm if you're going to kick off a podcast.
I quit. No, I'm kidding.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
And children of all ages.
Yes.
I lied. Don't do that.
Welcome
To the biggest train wreck on the internet. Here we go.
We're going to make it so that trains are obsolete.
We're going to make it. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. Nobody knows that song with me.
No, I'm just watching you do this.
So,
hello!
we decided to... I gotta not do that.
Those levels jumped.
Jesus.
Those levels jumped like somebody whose stocks just tanked. Woo. 45th floor window, here we come.
Yeah, really. I just not... Whoa! Let me avoid that. Oh, man, this is gonna be good.
All right.
So, we figured we were going to put a podcast together and stop doing that.
The lap. Use the lap.
Yeah. Lap it up.
Oh, don't lap it up. All right.
And, it's not starting off well.
I don't even think we got to the rails.
No, I don't think so.
I think they tried to set the train on it and it just fell off into the dirt. This is already off to a fucking smash bang.
Yep. So, this is a new thing. I don't know how often that we're going to do this or we're going to put it out, but we're stretching it out. First, let me tell you where you can find this train wreck before we even give you any content, because where you're going to be able to find it is important.
Maybe we should just call the podcast Trainwreck.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like, it's just
the train wreck.
It's
the
never
Hindenburg.
It's never gonna be off. We live in Jersey, diplomatic community. We're allowed to say it.
Yep.
Yeah, the podcast. This is a brand new venture from Jack of One Trade. You guys know him from his reaction videos already.
Yep.
So we're branching out. We're going to be creating some new content, and you're going to be able to find this stuff right away on SoundCloud. That's going to be the very first place it's going to land, because SoundCloud was very easy to set up for podcasts. We're looking to move to Spotify and the iTunes store as well, so you'll be able to get the podcast there too.
Yeah, so that you don't have to be confined to one thing. We don't want you to have to go download another app in your phone. You probably don't have the storage for that, and then it's difficult to find it. You don't need all that in your life. So I'll make sure that the link is in the description with the Twitch, the Twitter, the Instagram, and obviously the YouTube. But, a few people had mentioned they wanted a podcast just because of how off the wall everything is. I guess they really enjoyed it. One guy was even saying he was listening to one of the live streams on the train.
Yeah, on his commute.
Yeah, so I thought, you know what, man? I know for me, I just feel like for me... Fucking Bill Burr shit.
For me.
You
gotta sound like a real pretentious douche nozzle.
Yeah.
People from... No, I'm not going to make that joke. I was about to steal a joke so bad.
Ugh.
But, we understand the value in it, because that's something that I used to use a lot. Podcasts were, one of my big sources of entertainment when I was on the road working. So, we're like, fuck it. Why not just do it? I mean, Kevin and I shoot the shit constantly anyway. So you get to just hear our ramblings through here now. And yeah, I guess probably what you should do is on one of your next videos. I was gonna, just let me get to it. Yo, excuse me, by the way. You're gonna hear like a sharp blow after I do that every time. I just ate pork adobo and I drank Monster and my breath smells like a demon's asshole right now. Yeah, it's not okay though. Really, it's not. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So maybe on one of your new videos, announce this, and then throw the link in. You'll be able to find this is going to be our very first podcast episode. So by the way, this is totally like a trial run, where we didn't set up with any topics yet. Because there are two ways to go with this. A lot of the time, you can either pick topics and kind of run off of them, or you can do improvisational stuff. We're going to try the improv route first.
Yeah, because you know what, we could come in. Well, here's my line of thinking is. We could have jumped on here for the first one and had topics and all that shit, but then it seems kind of cookie cutter-ish and disingenuine a little bit, I kind of feel like, because people are, I think, if I know the audience somewhat, like I think I might, it seems like they like the off-the-cuff shit.
Well, for
the introduction, anyway.
If I can make an argument to that, the whole thing with topics is it's still improv. What it does is it gives you a place to start. Like it's something to think about that you can riff off of right off the bat. So we're going to try the zero slate way first. We're going to have no topics and kind of just see what we come up with as we go.
Well, I mean, I was already sitting here thinking about, like, he just helped me tremendously put a logo together for the SoundCloud and the YouTube banner. And
yeah, shout out. Can I give a shout out real quick?
Yeah.
Shout out to canva.com, canva.com. We're not getting sponsored or nothing. We're not even close to that yet. But Canva is so great for putting together quick branding stuff for like whatever you might be doing, your social media channel, podcast, YouTube channel, things like this. It's just a really quick and fun, simple to use graphic design program. It's actually an in-browser app that you can use on their website. So canva.com and also Pixabay. You can get free stock imagery and stuff from there too. That's the kind of stuff we were using to put it together.
And the pictures Kevin
just burped. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Disgusting and unprofessional.
Yes, it is. The pictures they did have, some of them were up for $1.
Yeah, they have some, and if you have a pro account too, you can actually get. There's some images you can get just as part of your pro payment.
Which is not bad. That's not bad. And I mean, look, obviously we're not sponsored, but full disclosure, if we're going to talk about a product, it's going to be because it's something that we've used in our lives.
Shit's got to be good.
Yeah, it has to be good, because we're not going to talk about something unless it's terrible. It's either going to be really good or completely terrible.
Or horrifically shitty.
Yeah.
By the way, you can expect that too. Anybody that's a regular to the YouTube channel, we are going to be firing off the soundboard. It just, we're kind of like, we're figuring out how to riff. So, so far our dialogue is, and we apologize, but like, no, we're gonna be getting that soundboard. Sorry, what was that? What was that, Big J? I didn't quite hear you. Yeah, no, I feel you, dude.
Yeah, no, like, so, all right, well, that's something. It's actually, I did that on purpose, even though I kind of stepped on what you were saying, just to get a feel for the two different levels, because Jacob's drop is a lot louder than Jay's drop.
Is it really?
One instance, yeah, because check this one out. Oh, that's the wrong one. Versus.
It's horrifically shitty.
Oh, true. And his is a little bit more tinny, too. That might actually kind of screech. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The levels seem to be good. By the way, we're using Audacity, too. Shout out Audacity. Free fucking audio recording program. Love that shit.
Yeah, dude. I mean, man, look. This stuff is very intimidating.
You too can be a podcaster with these 3 simple steps.
You could do it. It's really simple.
It's no problem. You got a podcast, you got something to say, you want to shoot off at the mouth, but the guy at the corner store is no longer willing to listen. You know what? Fuck that guy, first of all.
Yeah.
You give him business, you're probably keeping that place alive.
Yeah, this guy don't know nothing.
Second of all, there's plenty of places you can shoot off at the mouth, and that's called podcasting.
Yeah, you don't understand.
Oh, we're doing this? All right. May your first child be a masculine child. Shout out Artie Lang. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be. That's getting.
You just gotta talk over him. You gotta talk over him. Fuck it.
All right. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
I mean,
It's not your fault.
I'm a good person.
It's not your fault.
My mom said so.
It's not your fault.
All right.
I don't know the rest of the Goodwill Hunting quotes, so I can't do it.
It's not your fault. It's not your. You should do this as an audition.
Yeah.
See how it goes. Oh, you know what? We were looking to make Forrest Gump too. We could use this guy. He just repeats shit and he hits his head.
You know what? Except I like chocolates. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, that's it.
But he doesn't say I like chocolates. He said life is like a box of chocolates.
Life is like a cage of turtles. I don't feed them and they die quick. I forget to put air holes in it. That's how I was raised.
Oh my god. But dude, some of this stuff comes off like it's kind of intimidating. At first, if you don't know what you're doing and you don't know anything about it, you think that everybody dropped a whole bunch of money in making designs and doing things like this, dude. But if you know exactly where to go, like when he pulled up Canva, dude, the amount of simplicity that came along with this thing was a lot better than the sentence I just tried to put together. You know, it's not anywhere near as bad as you would think it would be.
No, with Canva, literally, it's almost like a search engine. You look for what you want to do. So one of the things we set up was a SoundCloud page, like I said, to do the banner. I literally typed in SoundCloud banner, and it gave me a box with the exact dimensions for the banner, and it was just filling in imagery, text, picking fonts, picking colors. And that's it. It's just a simple way to do things. So anyway, canva.com. Yeah, if you guys are thinking of doing this kind of stuff and you want to start doing your branding stuff, I've also used it in my marketing efforts with my other company. It's a great tool for up and coming, oh, Jesus Christ, entrepreneurs. Fuck.
What are you selling?
Oh, really bad breath, dude. Fucking Agent Orange, apparently. Fucking disgusting. God damn it. That is worse. That's if they, you know, in the army, when you have to like get ready to go into war zones and stuff, they train you, they put you in a box and they let me burp in it. Without a gas mask.
Well, just so you know, pork adobo.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, it just sounds like a bad decision.
That's what it was. It was pork adobo, and you already said that. I just realized as it was coming out of my face.
No, it's all good.
But we're here now.
Pork adobo has 3 O's in it. That's how bad it is. That's like, oh.
So, what is, for the people that may not know, what is pork adobo?
This is gonna be our first fucking topic. Okay. This is gonna be our first. Am I riffing off of pork adobo right now? All right, man. So anyway, no, dude. It's a pork dish that Filipino people make that is used solely to give white guys fucking
Culture.
I was gonna say halitosis.
Why would it give them culture?
I mean,
It
probably
doesn't hang up curtains in their house.
It probably gives them interesting stomach cultures. Fucking, I guarantee you spit in a petri dish after a plate of pork adobo, you're sizzling through the glass. That's all there is to it. And that's my bottom line. Yeah, no, pork adobo is really good. I don't know, like it's a traditional Filipino dish. He's got a Filipino place down the road from where he lives here, and
that's the bottom line.
I said so.
because I said so. Really?
Yeah.
Like,
well, dude, I mean, like, okay, so it is a pork dish, but in all seriousness, before I knew that you ate this, I had never heard of it once in my life.
No, Filipino food is still relatively unknown. It's starting. I've noticed that it's starting to come up. Like, I think I saw a. You ever watch that show, Chef's Table on Netflix before?
No, did you see the weed show that they made? Where cooking on high.
So
How
stupid.
lame is that?
It's so stupid.
Bro, listen, dude, we're gonna make a show on Netflix.
This is really becoming one of those issues with me where like it's the same thing. I'm not going to go into what they are because I don't want us to get lambasted off the air within the first 10 minutes. But there are certain things that I think don't need to be social issues. You can just do them and shut up.
Yep.
And weed is like all of a sudden it's like this really like hip cultural thing to be like, and I'm going to make spaghetti with weed, and I'm going to make stroganoff with weed, and I'm going to make what I like to call bonbons, you know what I mean?
Just make a cookie and shut the fuck up.
Just whatever, dude. You use cannabis, I'll be like, oh, wow, that's cool, they're using that.
Like, you don't need to announce it. Dude, eating weed is not going to make you cool, bro.
Yeah.
You know, just... Like, come on.
And then they got the guy that they have hosting the show looks like a fucking guitar tech at Lollapalooza.
Oh,
like,
my God.
It just like, hey, man, today we're gonna don't move over, Guy Fieri, because Chad Chatterson's here. He's gonna...
Dude, I watched that show for 5 minutes and I heard that guy talk. I was like, this is not what they're doing.
No.
Like, dude, can we stop acting like drugs have personalities?
Well, yeah, no, like when I hear that guy that hosts.
Yeah.
I heard him with his opening monologue and I was like, he's like a walking jigsaw puzzle where you have to fill in the gray matter. Like I can tell it's missing.
Shit.
Like let's see if we can get fourth grade put together again. Dude has no brain, and every one of them on there's just like, yeah, I'm just fucking like weed, dude, you know. But anyway, I suppose I'll make a penne regat with it. That's fine. I can't get in, man.
If I can, for anybody that may not know, I was gonna see if I could pull his voice up.
He sounds like such a douche. Yeah, like what I was saying with weed just becoming now this like, oh, we're gonna, and you know what it is really, like it's just like them flaunting that it's kind of okay now.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's another way for these greedy cocksuckers to stick their fingers in the pies that are marijuana money.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
That's all, and even in a broader sense, it's like, look how hip we are.
Yeah, like dude, you're not though.
We're Netflix, dude. We put a show about cooking with weed on here. It's like, it's fucking weed, dude. But my stepdad used to smoke weed. It's not as cool as you're making it out to be.
Yeah, and like, can we stop pretending like this is a brand new thing? People have been doing this for fucking years. What fancy?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
We're just talking about it in the open now. That's the only difference.
Like, dude, do a survey.
Hey, can we have some more dead air real quick, though?
Yeah.
Wait,
that was my light bulb turning on slowly.
Yo, serve up a platter of weed-infused dead air.
I wish it was. Fortunately, I'm sober as a bird. But, dude, canvas 100... What? Talk to 100 stoners and... Find out how many of them are making fancy meals at their house with their weed. They're not doing that.
Yeah, they're not like...
They're making brownies and cookies and maybe a little ice cream here and there if they have the fancy machinery to do that.
Yeah, grandma's over. What's the secret to your cockavine? And you're just like, hashish, grandma.
Yeah.
Fucking Turkish dank.
Let me see if I can get this to play so you can hear a little bit of this. I mean, I can't...
Still a little cooking on high. Verse for us real quick or what?
Okay, about to chef it up, cooking with the green leaf, yeah. Okay, cooking on high, I am that guy. If you want to get with me, you better have that...
No.
Yeah, and it's like what they did is they picked the lowest common denominator people to represent these things, and no, like just find somebody, like if you would have put somebody on there that was like
genuine,
like up there with like kind of an Alton Brown when it comes to like food and food culture and food science,
or
shit
even
like
Willie
this, or
Nelson.
like an Anthony Bourdain or something. No, not even with weed. No, like somebody like somebody that's gonna come on there sounding like a fucking pro, but they happen to use weed.
Who's that guy? Oh fuck. Not Mike Fieri. That's not even his name. Guy Fieri. The other dude, he has a Wolf Puck restaurant, I think.
Oh, Wolfgang Puck.
Yeah, like a guy like that knows that wasn't the guy I was thinking of.
I don't even know if I can picture Wolfgang Puck talking about using weed. And now today we're going to make a stroganoff with a weed.
Bam!
Sounds like fucking Tommy Wiseau.
Dude, look, here's the guy's voice.
First ever competitive cannabis cooking show. Mach, so you spit some bars, right? You're a rapper, you do a little bit of music here and there?
I chef it up. Chef up with the words sometimes.
Can we, first of all, if I could, please, Nobody says, bro, you spit some bars, first of all.
Yeah.
Nobody says that. And secondly, where did you find this Pauly Shore ripoff from? What rock did you pull this asshole out from
Secret
underneath?
ingredient is purple sticky punch.
The weasel.
Fucking soda. So fucking dumb. What I'm saying is that show to me, because I know what they're kind of trying to do. What they're really doing is they're selling to the lowest common denominator too. But
which is people that are ripped out of their mind watching Netflix at home.
What I imagine their mission would be with doing a show like that is to normalize the consumption and smoking of marijuana. So if you're going to do something like that, use somebody that's almost a more refined representative of that kind of stuff. So not even the communities, like culinary arts. Find somebody that's like a chef, but they're like, and I also happen to know a really good recipe that I can use weed in. Instead of this, dude, I'm going to fucking rip a bong real quick, and then I'm going to show you how to make some mac and cheese with this shit.
Yeah, because, dude, all the people I know that smoke weed don't sound like that.
No.
They don't talk like that. They don't, and they don't also, these guys sound like the same kind of guys that try to throw weed into every topic that they talk about.
That is exactly what I'm talking, and right away, that is what turned me off, dude. They're the stereotype of potheads.
Yeah.
I don't want the stereotype of a pothead showing me how to fucking cook something.
No, and show me how to do something cool that I can do at home, that as a layman, I can have confidence in trying to make it.
And by the way, I made it far enough into the first episode, I was able to watch them make some stuff. It's really cool. They actually did. They showed you how to the process of vaporization to make the can of butter fucking work, so that it works with the dish that you're cooking, and it doesn't necessarily dominate the flavors that you're trying to put into the dish. But the fucking attitude and the personalities of these people, I couldn't watch another episode, and I didn't even make it through the first.
When that guy started rapping, I tapped out.
Yeah, no, right. Don't make me cringe for one episode in.
Oh my god, dude,
that's cringy.
I love hip hop and rap music, but the one thing I can't stand more than anything is somebody faking the funk, dude. Honest to God, I can't handle it.
I love that term. Yo, man, don't fake. I want to use that in the most inappropriate setting.
Fuck yeah.
Like I see somebody giving a eulogy, Uncle Henry. Him and I, we didn't really see eye to eye, but he was a pillar of his community. Everybody down at the hardware store loved him. But yeah, don't fake the funk. You fucking hated that.
Yeah.
Thing. I want to do that shit right in the middle of the most inappropriate setting.
And real quick, I've never mentioned this in a video before, but since we're on the subject of death, dude.
Oh, all right.
The funniest fucking thing. Let's
see where this goes.
Thing, bro, was my grandfather just passed away a couple years ago.
Can I get a fucking rim shot or what? But wow. Holy shit.
Dude, we're sitting in the car and we're talking about it, that he died right before or after Christmas.
Oh,
I know. Yeah. And Christmas music gets brought up somehow into the conversation, and you just look at me with a straight face and just go, well, that'll be his final silent night or something along those lines, dude.
Yeah, I can't even remember what I said. I was like, somebody's gonna be having a silent night.
Yeah, dude, bro, I cried so hard.
It was one of those you know how if you're not feeling well, but you're not sure how not well you're feeling. I don't know if you've ever had this happen. I definitely have. You're talking to somebody and you'll just fucking puke. It was that kind of reaction. I couldn't stop myself from saying it.
Yeah.
And right away I had the eyes. I'm looking at Kevin and I'm like, oh my fucking God, I think I just lost one of my best friends. And he starts shitting himself laughing. And then I'm laughing and I'm like, I can't believe we're laughing at this right now. Not my best work, but that shit was because it was it was the worst time I could have said it.
But dude, that for me personally, that is the best thing in the world.
Well, that's always been your coping thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, dude, if you can't make a joke out of it, don't be around me, man. I don't want to be... If I can take myself from a sad place and shit my pants laughing over that same sad thing, I'm going to do that. Because the person that you're burying doesn't want to see you And metaphorically speaking, obviously, I mean, who the fuck knows what happens? We're not even gonna go down that route. But they would rather see you enjoying something and in their memory too, rather than sitting around and crying and feeling bad. That doesn't. Look, you're gonna have these emotions. It's going to happen, but I don't think that you want to. You don't want to weigh yourself down like that if you don't have to.
Yeah.
Especially because you need to quickly. At least for me, I don't know about you, but suffering from depression.
Start on the path to recovery as quick as possible.
Immediately, because dude. With the depression shit, bro, once you start to get in a slump, dude, that's it. You can be stuck in the waters for a while.
See, I wish I could say that I had that mentality, but I don't. Like, straight up, I don't. I'm the guy that when somebody dies, you know, I'll make jokes about death all day. I listen to all kinds of fucking crazy, depressing music.
Yeah.
Somebody dies. If I knew them, if I spent any sort of real time with them, I get fucked up. Like I really get brought down pretty fucking hard.
See, I don't know why, dude. It just doesn't.
No, it's better that you don't.
It doesn't connect with me.
That's a weakness I have for sure.
Right away, it will hit me after. A couple of days after in small segments where I'll just be sitting around doing nothing and something will trigger a memory.
The fleeting thought. Yeah, it'll just fly in and then... But it flies out too, though.
Yeah.
It does get... Yeah. I have, like, flash breakdowns when shit like that happens and then it's just like, oh, well, you know what? I still gotta take a shit and I gotta finish this chapter in this book.
Yeah.
So, like, that's, you know, it'll... Real life... I don't want to say real life because that makes it sound like it's not real, but, like, the normalness of life takes back over pretty quick. Once you start getting into that scabbing up phase,
definitely,
that's when it happens. Because then you're like, once in a while, you'll flex the muscle and you'll tear the wound, but then it patches up real fucking quick.
It does, but I mean, when you have issues like this, you almost have a default mode as to kind of having an idea of how to get it to scab over.
Yeah, no, you do. You definitely do. You learn, like...
Quickly.
How to salve that fucking thing. Yeah, for sure. And I know that when I was younger, the very first death I ever witnessed, wow, I can't believe this is where this is going.
Yeah, but you know what, though, dude?
I must want to...
Somebody that could be listening to this right now could be going through this very thing, and maybe they need this in their life at this very moment.
Well, then this next part's not going to help. They're gonna dwell on it pretty hard after what I say. But
they're gonna take a hot bath with a razor blade.
No, Jesus. By the way, disclaimer: we don't condone suicide or any self-harm. Jesus.
No.
Oh,
sorry.
Woo. No, the very first death I had ever had to. I'm gonna say witness, but also to me it felt like taking part in was my grandmother when I was younger. She
what'd she sound like?
During one of her what's that? What do you mean?
What'd she sound like? How did she talk?
I'm dying. No, I'm kidding. Oh my god. No. That's so bad. I love you. Madeline Breitenbeck, you're my fucking hero. Anyway, you want me to put on a voice? I'm not.
Well, no, I thought it was the Italian grandmother. That's why I said that.
Oh no, I'll get to that later.
Okay, yeah. That's what I thought.
I got some dark shit coming up for that. But,
great.
No, this was my mother's mother. She was a saint, a living saint.
Yeah,
perfect person. There's not a single person that didn't hold her in like the highest regard. Sweetest person in the world growing up, and when she was dying, I had to go and see her in the hospital. It was the very first time I had ever seen somebody on their quintessential deathbed. Oh. And I couldn't handle it. Like I first of all, I was already a very emotional kid when I was growing up. And
me too. All over the place.
When I was standing there, it was a disbelieving, shocking cry. Like I was
couldn't believe that they could put people in the hospital with tubes and everything coming out of them, right? Like it was shocking to see, like, oh, this is what happens to you?
Well, to me, the biggest shock was after this is done, I'm literally never going to see you again. Like, I'm never, ever going to interact with you again. I'm never going to hear you laugh. I'm never going to smell the smells of your Sunday dinner wafting out of your kitchen. And
sorry. I think nothing you said was funny. But when you were going through what you were saying and you were like, never am I gonna, the first thing that popped into my head, and I swear to God, I'm a damaged human being.
I'm looking. You can't see it, but I'm looking at him shocked right now. Go ahead.
That song, Never Gonna Give You Up.
Oh my God. You're rickrolling the story of my grandmother's death. First of all, you self-rickrolled my grandmother's death.
Oh.
Yeah. I really don't like you. So anyway, my grandma croaked and I was sad. Like, I don't know. I can't. How do I work back into sad?
How do I live without you?
Shut up! Oh my God. So anyway, going back to this, what I thought was an extremely poignant moment in my life.
No, I'm sorry.
It was apparently an excuse to talk about Rick Astley. No, you do. You consider the fact that just because you have a history with a person doesn't mean it's a continuous one. Oh, yeah. And it goes away. It just goes away. Literally in the blink of an eye, it goes away. And so I got fucked by that. Like, really fucking badly. I got fucked up. And but what it also did, and this is kind of the overarching point of the whole thing, that's professional.
Yep.
The overarching point of this whole thing is, I think it takes that first time for you to get that, what you were talking about, that almost instant heal. Because now you know what it feels like.
Yeah.
And you know this shit's going to keep happening. So every successive funeral after that didn't hit me as hard. You know?
Like, dude, well, the other thing is, man, now, I know you have an Italian background a little bit, like I do.
For sure.
Was the other thing that you had growing up, because you're a man, did you ever get that, we don't cry.
No.
We keep everything in, or were you able to cry?
We came from very different backgrounds, and you and I have discussed this before. I was raised primarily by my mother.
Yeah.
My dad left when I was 7 years old. So, like, my influence was largely feminine the entire time. Yeah. I was all with her all the time. I only saw my father on the weekends. And my father has always been an emotionally distant guy. Like, he's not the kind of guy that discusses emotions, and as a matter of fact, if you try to, he
gets freaked out.
He plays the blame game is what he does. He'll say, like, if you're sad, it's your fault. He's that kind of, he was. I'm not going to say he is anymore.
Right, but
he's kind of cooled off in his old age.
Figure out who he was as a person, I guess, right?
Yeah, like well, not even that. It took him a long time to figure out that he was a parent.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't, I mean, like, and I'm not saying, my dad, for the entirety of my life, and I'm talking about even up until now, has always provided. Like, I mean, there's always been financial help. There's always been, like, I'm going to make sure you don't end up in the gutter kind of stuff.
Which is great, and I know that society tends to focus a lot on the financial thing, but nobody talks about, like, dude, if you're going to be a parent, you have to be emotionally ready also.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, he would give me that, and if I would say thank you, it would be like, yeah, all right. Like, he didn't even want to, like, address that he helped. Ugh. It's one of those things that's still kind of a little bit of a thing with him.
Yeah.
Him and I are much more conversational now, though.
Yeah.
We can actually talk. It's weird. Our relationship as father and son has grown, despite how not kind of normal I am. Like, I am going to put it that way. Like, I'm not, like, you're never going to see me wearing a fucking Kiss the Cook apron in my picketed backyard after the Sunday game. Like, I'm not a template person in any way. And I'm massively, and, not to brag, ladies, but I'm massively unsuccessful.
Yeah.
So, like, he even with that, though, it's like he respects me more now, which is, like, really fucking cool.
Because you're trying to, I don't want to say grinding, but you're...
No, it is. I mean, it is. Like, you're fucking picking away every day at trying to make something happen.
And he sees that you have the drive, which I guess for a parent to see that their kid is actually trying to do something with their life is, especially in the day and age that we're in now, where everybody is trying to nerf up the world, to see that you raised a kid that has that drive and ambition.
I think that's what you want, really. At the end of I would rather my kid be driven and not yet having found his footing,
definitely,
than be massively successful and numb and just cold.
And you're willing to step on anybody's neck to get where he needs to be.
You know what? Ambition to me, depending on who it is, whose neck you're stepping on, that makes the difference for me. If you're being a douchebag to a douchebag, I say, hey, listen, That makes sense. You gotta
rules of engagement.
Yep, exactly. But if you're going after people that are weak intentionally, if you're trying to harm people, working your way up, you're a piece of shit. And I really hope for an early end for you. And I'm not putting I put a stamp on that shit. I'll say that for the rest of my fucking days.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, dude, all
shout out Jim Norton.
Yeah, really, dude. Chip Chipperson podcast. That shit it's so stupid. It's funny. It's so stupid, it's funny. But I noticed that a lot of people don't talk about shit like this. And I don't know if maybe that this is now becoming a topic that nobody wants to talk about, parents and relationships with their parents. Like, it would explain a lot as to why Tinder is such a big deal, I think. Because everybody is, especially in the internet age now, we're all very disconnected as human beings.
Yeah, no, hookup culture is definitely becoming deeper than dating culture now.
It's crazy.
I think it's, honestly, I think really what's happening is society is admitting to itself just how fucking dirty it is.
Yeah.
Like, really, that's when you, the advent of social media, I have so many less friends now because of social media, and it's because you get to really see everybody for who they are.
Yeah.
Every second of the day. I can't tell you how many friends I lost just because I found out that they were like ardent fucking certain political people supporters. Like,
See, for me, it was
bad,
the opposite. Man. It was like, oh, ew. You're one of those people that every day on Facebook you're happy and everything is great all the time and you never have a real problem.
Yeah, but that's all up front. You know that.
Yeah, that's what, like, I thought you were a genuine person. And I mean, I know you can combat that with saying, well, look, not everybody can do that. You don't know what their life is like, who they have around them. Maybe they have business partners and they can't do that. But I mean, it's that, or, the whole idea of a friends list just burns my pubes, man. Yeah. 155 friends on Facebook, and I'm not bragging, but you know how many people I talk to out of that 155?
Oh, I have like
3.
500. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, you maybe talk to 3 of them. So
10 or 12 tops is who I interact with on a regular basis.
It's unbelievable.
And the rest of them, it's weird because it's almost like
they're voyeurs into your life.
Yeah, it's like I have 10 or 12 of them I'm hanging out with, but for some reason I'm keeping all my windows and doors open. And I'm saying, you guys can watch me be friends with them if you want. like it's fine.
Hey, you think this is cool? Because if you want a friendship, here's what it looks like.
Don't come in and eat what I'm cooking, but how does it smell?
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, I give a shit about
what
your external ambient opinion of what I'm up to. Yeah, that's a very self-serving thing.
Can we talk about that for a second? How eager everybody is to just throw their opinion on shit, like they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah. Well, let me give a disclaimer really quick. You can take everything I say with the world's largest grain of salt. As a matter of fact, I'd say a grain of salt's not enough. Go to the Dead Sea, and you'll see just as much grains of salt as you should take with you as when I talk. Did any of that sound clear at all?
Well, I get it.
I don't know what
you're
said.
Basically trying to say is
I like turtles.
I like turtles, and don't take us too seriously because, dude, listen, man, the only difference between us and you is the fact that we are here right now just kind of putting our thoughts out there. And I know Snap impression of what you're going to get is that, look, these guys think that they're better than everybody else. But it's
not even close.
Yeah, it's not like that at all. So look, we're not those people that walk around and just like, dude, see, I'm the best, bro. And like, even the people that I'm making fun of right now, they're probably way better off than I am.
Yeah.
So, we're not delusional about who we are, where we stand in society.
99% of you still get calls from their mom saying, "That's great."
Yeah.
Wow, you really nailed it today.
Meanwhile, when my mom calls me, it's just
and a sharp hang up. Like that's the one thing I miss about old phones. You can't slam down phones anymore.
Dude, I know, it's satisfying.
It all ends in boop. You'll never. Fuck you! I hope you die. boop.
If you want real satisfaction, you gotta break your phone against the wall, man.
Mm-hmm. And nobody will see it. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Now you just have to pay for a new phone. Double burn.
Oh, Jesus.
Well. Hey, you can't win them all. Am I right, Wall? Ooh. Yeah, come on. Say,
we better retract that.
Give me, if we can just, yeah. I'm not, I can tell, like, I can already tell based on the way we're talking about stuff, I'm not going to be, like, dispensing with the funny anytime soon.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so fucking reticent about, like...
The fact that there's a microphone sitting
Yes. Like, because, dude, this is, I gotta say, this is actually relatively close to a normal conversation that you and I have so far.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, dude, I'll be honest with you. Somebody brought this up in the comments the other day, and they were like, dude, don't forget that your videos can go out to like thousands of people.
Yeah.
Right now, it's only a couple hundred. And I honestly forget that when I'm looking into that camera and talking into the microphone that other people are going to see it. I'm almost like just sitting here entertaining myself.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to say something. Oh my God. I don't know if this is a good idea to throw this in here because maybe I should have said it at the beginning. This is our very first podcast. I know I said that.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to say is, depending on what I'd like from you guys, if you can, please do critique this. Let us know what you think of it. Don't be a dick. Like, don't give general, like, you suck kind of stuff.
Constructive criticism helps.
Because we want to create this. You have to remember, like, obviously this is something we want to do. It's us blowing off steam, but also we want to interact with you. We want to make sure that we're givering. That's givering. Give guru. That's basically what my brain sounds like right now. We want to make sure we're entertaining you. So, like, definitely let us know what kind of stuff that you'd like to hear from us.
Yep.
What kind of stuff you'd like us to not really kind of go after. If we see a majority of opinion swaying in any way, we're going to clean up our content based on that. This is definitely a test for us right now.
Yeah, but don't think that you and 10 of your friends can sway a topic off of the show because you want to do. I know that there's trolls out there
for sure.
So to you, I'm saying, like, we'll hopefully be able to tell the difference.
Well, you can sift through trolls and people
genuine criticism and somebody just trying to make an abrupt change for the fun of it.
No, I think what I think is, because, like, remember what I'm saying is we're trying to give something that's going to entertain you.
Right.
We want this to be something that you listen to on your commute and you're genuinely intrigued by it and you want to tune in. So let us know what you think. Like, and don't spare any punches. Like, we're asking you not to be a dick and not to troll, but if you have something negative to say it, because we want to know what that negative thing is so we can work on it.
Yeah, it's important. It's important that you do that because you're not going to come off like an asshole if you're actually being genuine about it.
Yeah, and being honest is whatever. Sometimes you got to take a hard truth to fucking improve, you know?
Exactly. And, dude, I mean, I enjoy that. I like that people are comfortable enough to go, you know what, dude? That don't really fit you so well. Maybe you shouldn't do that. Yeah. I like that. And I know the other thing I kind of feel like is when I listen to podcasts, dude, I forget that I don't know these people. Like, in my day-to-day life, I kind of feel like we're all just hanging out in a room and I'm just listening to them have a conversation, which is kind of weird, but...
These are people that are literally, like, if you put it in a physical location kind of thinking, you have people that are walking into an auditorium and they're taking seats in front of you and they've never heard you talk before.
That's so crazy.
So they're just kind of like, they're seeing what you're up to.
Yeah. What is this fucking weirdo doing?
I love it. See, this is, so behind all this too, while we both think we suck, and we do, by the way.
Yep.
Kevin and I have some of the lowest self-esteems in the world. We still have egos. Like, it's definitely a fucking thing. So that's why we're sitting here talking to you. So, like, we want to make sure if we think we're hot shit, we want to become hot shit.
Yes.
We want you guys to really like this. So that's all I'm going to say about it. Definitely let us know what you think so far. Actually, can you check the time on this? Because we're also going to try to kind of maintain this one and keep it to a reasonable amount of time. Cool. So we're just about to the hour mark. We're about 15 minutes off. So, I mean, we're going to keep going. We're going to clean it out, but we're going to have, what do you say? Like, maybe have this last for an hour and then cut it, and what we're gonna do over the next couple of days is see how this is responded to.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
And I mean, obviously, we didn't have anything set up for this. I joke around about just doing complete improv and not having any subject matter, but it's not going to be this discombobulated the entire time.
No, well, I mean, we're coming into it.
Yeah.
And actually, we did pick some topics. Like, when I was talking about pork adobo, you were silent and very interested. When I was talking about my grandma dying, you started giggling. So, obviously, you can tell we're refined people, and we have our finger on the pulse of how people behave.
Yeah, exactly. And, not for nothing, dude, but this is how I am right here. I said it on the YouTube channel, and I'll say it right here too. It's 100% genuine and honest. I'm not changing my personality to suit the fact that we're doing a podcast.
Absolutely not. There are times I want to kick you down multiple sets of stairs in real life,
and maybe it was straight my legs out.
Oh shit! Boom! Cerebral palsy joke. Hey guys,
Hey, wait, that's right. You don't even know about that.
Oh,
so I'm gonna have to fill them in. You know what? I'm just going to do this. If we start going in hard on the jokes, and that's going to happen, so if you're sensitive, just put a seatbelt on, possibly a helmet, and brace for impact.
Especially if you're Kevin.
Yeah.
That helmet's important.
Oh, yeah, it is. Gray matter.
Dude. God, gray matters. Gray lives matter. Holy shit. Yeah, but anyway, his bum leg's got a bum foot. It's bad news. Bad news bears all around. No, man. Yes, Kevin has cerebral palsy.
Yep.
What's the other thing? Multiple
sclerosis.
What's the difference between multiple and mono?
I have no idea. I know mono makes you tired, I think.
Yeah, but I'm talking. Is mono monosclerosis?
Is it?
I guess that's the long form of mono. I think so.
You know what is
I just realized how little I know about everything.
Yeah, well, dude, we have a computer sitting in front of us. We can Google shit.
Oh, dude, the power of the internet.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's see what it is. We'll fucking go out on this because, dude, all right, multiple sclerosis, for those of you guys that don't know, it's Mr. Bad Jocks. Nobody knows what that reference is, but that's okay. We'll get there together. It's a fucked up disease. A lot of people have it, but the cerebral palsy is what makes my voice sound like how it sounds. So get used to that. It's not going to change. If anything, it's only going to get worse.
Oh yeah, if you guys have heard kind of almost there's a hum to Kevin's voice. Like when he talks, it's like it comes out like this. Like it sounds like it's coming out of the nose and the mouth. That's one of the.
It sounds like my voice box is trying to play a trumpet.
Yeah, or like what's that fucking instrument? The
trombone.
Like that fucking. He's kind of a human didgeridoo that's on a broken tripod.
You couldn't buy me at a garage sale.
Curb alert.
Oh man. I missed a golden opportunity right there, dude.
Oh, what was that? Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know where I'm going.
That's all right.
Uh-oh, retard alert.
Yeah, but by the way, there needs to be. I feel like there really needs to be some. All right, that's peanut gallery. There needs to be some context here. Kevin and I have been friends since. How old was I when I met you? 19?
Yeah, dude.
So we've been friends for about 15 years. Diplomatic immunity. When I make those jokes, Kevin knows that comes from a good place. I'm fat. So there it is. By the way, I pushed it into the podcast any fucking time. And the reason he's laughing so hard is anytime I make one of these jokes, if you guys know the character Silas from the Da Vinci Code, like if he does something bad, he whips himself on the back. That's part of his religion. That's what I do. I whip myself on the back for making mean jokes like that. So like anytime I say something about Kevin's CP or MS, I'll be like, I'm fat. So I'll immediately insult myself to balance out the stuff that we're doing.
What's up, elephant? What's happening? Elephant
in the room. Yeah,
you get it?
Yeah, no.
Terrible joke. Bam. Look at that funniness just rolling out. Nobody was talking. You heard the retard alert. That's what you heard.
That's it. Wow, it's like moth to a flame. What does it say that I'm just hovering by the lamp all day? I'm just like, whatever, man. This thing's gonna burn me one way or the other.
Damn right it is.
Might as well stick my finger in and have a party.
Oh, jeez.
That's what she said. Anywho.
So what's up?
Sorry, by the way, you can't see it, but
Nope.
a third party walked into the room. This is Jen,
And
by the
she
way. Hi,
did-
Jen.
Yeah.
And she's galloping like a horsey in place.
Yep.
And it just, what it did was, what we're trying not to admit is we flew completely off the rails because it happened.
Bad. Real bad. But that's because you didn't contribute anything
Life alert.
to what we're doing. Ugh. Let me ask you a question, man. Well, no, I'm not bombing too. Get the fuck out.
Nobody kills themselves twice. Calm down.
That's the comments.
Well, you already
for
slit the wrist. Why are you jumping?
Yeah, really.
I don't understand.
Ugh. Jesus.
Oh, here we go. But anyway,
Those are the comments for the YouTube. When you hear that shit going off, I have to see if I can turn the sound off for that. But that's so if I'm making a...
There's a way to make the notification silent.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
that if I'm making a thing or if I'm not in the room, I can hear somebody comments or anything like that because I do read and check back with everybody.
Well, again, this is rough. We're
Yeah.
doing a rough draft, almost, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, so it's going to improve from.
Thanks
from
for ruining
this
the
point forward.
podcast. Love you,
Especially.
bye.
See you, Jen. Thanks. Especially after when we start getting feedback from you guys and we understand like what needs to be improved, what we should change. We're going to be all about it and we're going to be on it.
Definitely. Yeah. So, you know what? I think we should just walk away from the wreckage and just leave it right there, dude.
We were talking about something that was kind of interesting.
It wasn't
though.
because of me.
Well, because you walked in and caught me completely off
like
guard.
You were already off guard.
No, we were talking about your
No,
CP and your MS.
Yeah. You're off guard. Mono.
Oh yeah. So the difference between mono and multiple is huge differences. It's that mono is definitely the one. It's what do they call it? The kissing disease.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Who in high school was sharing that shit around?
We both knew somebody.
He brought out the finger guns, and multiple sclerosis is what Kevin has, unfortunately, which is it's a degenerative
disease. It's eating away at everything.
Yeah, so.
Which is fine, dude. You know, it's been around since '87. They've been trying to make medication for it. Yeah. Montel Williams is like the poster child for MS. Anybody that thinks of MS, you can associate that with him. I just realized
that's right.
A lot of these people are probably way too young and have no idea who
they
that
got
is.
the internet too. Fuck them.
Yeah, really.
Anyway,
Google it, motherfucker.
And that's the whole point. And I should say that's the whole point of me doing this right now. I'm trying to get him to sign an equity agreement before he stumbles off into the sunset, so I can cash in on that podcast money once he's gone.
Yeah, because I'm gonna croak real soon. So if you hear a loud thud, you don't hear my fucking voice anymore. You know what happened.
And that is the note on which I would like to end this podcast.
All right, what?
Wait, Kevin. You can't say anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah. I just realized what you were doing. I'm sorry. There's a CP delay in my head.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening to the very first episode of Jack of One Trade podcast.
Well, no, we need a name.
Yeah, we're gonna have the. Oh, what do we? Thank you for. You know what? Fuck it. Do you want to decide right now?
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Trainwreck.
I like that. Dude.
Yeah,
I say we go with it.
Very first episode of Trainwreck. We're gonna definitely be back on. Stay tuned to Jack of One Trade's videos in the coming days because he's gonna tell you where you're gonna be able to find the episodes. So we're probably gonna be starting. Well, we're definitely starting on SoundCloud.
Yep.
We're gonna be moving to Spotify. We're going to be moving to iTunes, and then eventually we're going to be on CastBox as well.
Yep.
CastBox.com. It's a great website for podcasts.
Rock
but stay tuned.
CastBox.
Rock the CastBox. Oh, God, where's your bomb button? Hit it. I refuse to let that go by unnoticed. That is so very much not okay. Motherfucker. There it is. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening to the very first episode of Trainwreck. Let us know what you think, and above all...
well, hold on. Before you do that, as I ungracefully completely undo. You just tied your shoelaces and I pretty much just ran up to you and untied them. That was a horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we're going 2 for 2,
Yeah,
bro.
like-
Wrong button. Yeah, it has.
You just put on your lipstick and then I wiped it off with a tissue.
Yeah, so
Nailed
look,
it.
real quick, I wanted to throw in, there's the YouTube page, there's a Twitch page, Instagram, and then now there'll be the SoundCloud. So if you happen to stumble on the SoundCloud first, look up Jack of One Trade on YouTube. There's reaction videos on there.
Jack of One Trade on YouTube, by the way, is JACK0F1 TRADE. So it's JACK number 0 F number 1 TRADE for
Right.
the YouTube.
And it's same. Well, with the rest of them, it's an O. I have to wait for YouTube to allow me to change it from a 0 to a letter.
Yeah.
So that everything will match up. It will all match soon enough with everything. You'll be able to find links will be in whatever description. I did not need to undo all of your work just to bomb that.
No,
hard
you
what I was
didn't. No.
trying to
It's
do.
important to fucking say that. Like, I want to make sure that this is promoted properly.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, stay tuned. We're going to definitely be doing more. And thank you so much for coming to listen to the first episode.